Hello again, everybody. Zacatech is here. My WWE Raw review for tonight, Monday, April the 4th, 2016, the post-Mania War. Tonight, from the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas, following it up and down. WrestleMania, we needed this wall to deliver some epic moments. Well, the last hour was the only hour that had excitement. The first 2.5 hours, none shocking. We had some debuts. We had a little return. But nothing really happened until the last hour. The last hour's best hour. Let's get the elephant out of the room first. No Bullet Club tonight. Wah, wah. Maybe that's why Balor's still champion. He didn't lose it on Friday. So, we didn't get Bullet Club tonight. Maybe they're coming later. But at least one of their own. And then Raw on top. That made up for that. And we did get one big debut tonight. We see some NXT debuts, including what we've been waiting on. That's not Bullet Club. So I heard that Gallows and there have been so many rumors about Bullet Club this weekend. It didn't happen. But we also crowned a new champion. And other things that happened during Raw. Like, it wasn't the best Raw after Mania of all time. But the last hour and a half made up for it. And kind of made up for Mania in general. It could signal the future. That's not Roman fucking Reigns. We saw some debuts and some returns that were good. Especially in the last hour. Now let's kick things off. Good crowd tonight for the most part. But the crowd was restless for those 2 hours because nothing shocking happened in the last hour. So Vince came out in celebration for him, even though he has Triple H and 70 were out tonight selling their injuries from the Roman Reigns match last night. They were even chanting, "No chance in hell." They were singing to Vince. He's like, just like the chant that Shane had. And McMahon's like, well, I want my Shane to get beat up so bad, but I didn't know he was going to sacrifice that much, especially after the big leap that he made on top of the Hell in a Cell last night. Crushed and burned onto Undertaker. And, it was like happy he won, but it's like sad that Shane kind of like risked it. He didn't know that Shane was going to risk that much for his life, for his kids, risking his life for that, to take power, And Vince's like, well, with that in mind, thank you for coming. Hope you enjoy one you never forget. Then Shane's music hits. Shane walks out. Battered body and all. Walking a little bit with a limp. He had a bruise on the side of his eye. And Shane's like, well, Vince, Dad, I want to come out here. Say you were the better man. You won. I did not bring change. I lost to Taker last night. It's over for me. I'm going farewell. But Vince is like, no. You ain't going off that easy. You know what? I'm such a gracious guy, I was betting against you. I take the Taker on you, but guess what? You earned my respect last night. You know what? You want to wall so bad? Crowd was like, you deserve it. And you still got it, especially on that cell falling. And then he was saying, let him want it. Last chance tonight, let him want it. Vince's like, okay, Shane. For one night only, you get the one Monday Night Raw. And I was like, shit better go down. Well, it did the last hour. So on to our first match. The New Day. New Day Locks to defend the titles against Sheamus and King Barrett. It made sense to end their League of Nations feud against the two guys that got involved in the match on Sunday at Mania. Sheamus was the one that broke Xavier after the distraction from Barrett delivering the ball hammer. And New Day came out, big ovation, and a fun promo calling League of Nations booty and entertaining the fans like usual. Even though things didn't go their way. But they're ready to... I love when they said, we all your W. They let the fans say it. Like, we all your. Then they gave it to the fans, who were the most loud during this segment. New Day Locks indeed. This match, at the Mania, this match was okay. Fun little tag team affair. With New Day looking good early. With Xavier with a smaller version of Francesca. Blowing a hole. And you can tell it was in a different key, too. Because it was more like a trumpet than a trombone, almost. It was like a mini trombone. That almost looked like a trumpet. I don't know what happened. Did Francesca fail to get through security? You know, they got through security at AT&T Stadium, but not tonight at the American Airlines. What happened there? But who cares? So then, at the beginning, Kofi took over some big moves. Rusev distracted. Referee with Sheamus taking advantage of that with Barrett getting in, isolating Kingston. Sheamus getting back in, isolating Kingston until he got big tag in. Trying to fight out of it. And there's a wave. It's a thing. During Sheamus matches after Mania, they did a wave. Remember Sheamus Randy Orton at the War after Mania in 29. After Mania 29, they did the wave doing Randy Orton Sheamus match. So basically after doing every Sheamus match after Mania War, they did a wave. It's like a little thing. Sheamus made fun of him until Big E got the tag in after Kofi got some big moves in. And Big E was suplexing everybody in sight. Even up Sheamus off the apron a little bit. Even after Rusev got involved. After that, Big E and Kofi did their big ending finish in the 1, 2, 3 victory for the Big E and Kofi. New Day wins. New Day retains their WWE Tag Team Championships. But then after it, Sheamus grabbed the mic. And I thought, okay, here comes our first shocking moment. A tag team debuts. But we didn't get that. Instead, we had Sheamus grabbing the mic saying, well, we want to get rid of the weakest link, and he got rid of Barrett. So after they beat Rusev and Del Rio basically feeding Barrett to the broken, apparently he's out. We had the Wyatt family coming out to attack the League of Nations. 3. Now we know why kind of that Barrett got written out, because I think they were probably going to do, no matter what, they were probably aiming for a League of Nations Wyatt feud. And since Harper got injured recently, they got to get rid of one of the League of Nations members to make it even 3-on-3. So that's why storyline they got rid of Barrett. So Wyatt took over, came out, beat the crap out of the League of Nations, leading to a Sister Abigail to Sheamus. Kind of making up for what happened last Sunday at Mania, but they're basically getting buried by Cena and Rock. Now, it's been up and down build for the Wyatts. Rock said it. It's like, you're so charismatic, you're so fun, but here's the thing. WWE doesn't pull the trigger. Every time the Wyatts look good in a feud, they lost their preliminary matches. You got to pull the trigger, WWE. So now they go from interacting with Rock and Cena to basically starting a feud with League of Nations. See how this ends. And maybe Wyatt can finally get a fucking push for once and actually win the preliminary feud, because League of Nations are easy to beat. They're not over with the fans. Wyatt's almost over, but it's just they're close to not being so over because of the fucking shitty booking they've been facing for the last couple of years. You know, they've been in the roster for 3 years. They had a promising start. It's been like come and go. You know, like they're tugging Wyatt's chain. We're gonna push you. No, we're not. We're gonna push you. No, we're not. So please put a trigger on WWE. Stay the course. Let Wyatt family finally live up to their expectations and finally get them over, and don't fucking ruin it like you have done in the past with your shady booking of them. So there you go. Now on to our next affair. We have Sasha Banks recovering from her loss against Charlotte and Becky last night. She took on Summer Rae. Sasha had her entrance after Summer Rae started talking trash, especially after she lost. Well, she didn't get pinned though, but her team lost in the 10 Diva tag this past Sunday at Mania pre-show. Then Sasha came out looking so fly, saying, I am the boss. After Summer Rae talking smack, bang, bitch slap to Summer Rae, and the match was on. It was a good match for what it was. Sasha carried the match against Summer Rae. Sasha kind of gave some big moves, didn't do the knee stomp, but went straight for the knee. Straight for the bank statement. She tried to do the transition, but I think she botched the transition. But she did get the submission lock on, And the tap out for Summer Rae. Sasha looking good and recovering from losing to Charlotte, which should have been her moment. Should have been Sasha's moment in the sun to shine. There must have been a lot of questionable finishes. But the main event tonight kind of made up for it. Kind of with a great finish. Now, on to the first of many debuts tonight. Apollo Crews. Interesting surprise. He took on Tyler Breeze. Now, we don't know if this is a full-time thing for Crews. Is he debuting the roster main full-time, or is it just a showcase match? Because technically, he's still in NXT. He's feuding with, of course, the Drifter. And I've been a fan of Apollo Crews since his debut. Personality kind of, but he's got great charisma and a billion-dollar smile. I've always said about his billion-dollar smile. You know, he smiles, lit up the room, great. These matches against Breeze, the bury continues for him. Man, I feel bad. I hope Crews doesn't end up like Breeze. He came up in his entrance, though, and had some okay offense and a decent squasher. Coming some big moves, including a super kick, but Crews in his debut match on Raw looked decent. With, of course, the big splash, leading up to, of course, the big pop-up slam, pick-up slam, and then 1-2-3 victory for Apollo Crews. In his match, we don't know if it's a full-time thing. I mean, wow, so it was just a... Because I don't think Crews has done a lot in NXT yet. He had a little bit of a push, then he's stuck on mid-card, feuding with the fucking Drifter. So, maybe it's a showcase match, who knows. But at least Apollo Crews wrestled on the wall, full-time or not, it was kind of cool to see him. It was a surprise. It was an unexpected debut from NXT, because some we expected, especially one, and another one, didn't happen. So then on to our next matchup. Well, actually our next segment. Roman Reigns coming out. And boy, you think he got booed bad at Mania last night? Got booed bad tonight. The fan even had a sign, don't mute us. They muted the crowd last night. You couldn't hear him boo after the match. They couldn't boo him tonight. And Roman's like, I'm not a good guy. I'm not a bad guy. I'm the guy. Oh, that's going to piss off some IWC fans. That Roman said he's the guy. You know, Roman says he's a guy, and he just beat Triple H's ass. And he's like, well, you know what? I'm going to beat up people. And I am going to indeed beat you butts. Open challenge for this belt. Come and get it. I was like, okay. Shocking debut! Jericho! You know, every segment I thought would be a shocking thing. We didn't get that till like the last hour. That's why I said it didn't feel like the Raw after Mania until the last hour. For the most part. So Jericho came out, even making fun of the IWC fans. Now they're rubbing the wrong way. The internet wrestling darling AJ Styles. I beat him last night. Now I want you, Reigns. So here comes AJ Styles coming in. And then Kevin Owens came out. And then Sami Zayn came out. And then we had a brawl. Roman just stood there smiling as Sami took on Owens, and AJ and Jericho brawled, and Roman just stood there and watched and smiled a little bit. And after everyone's taken out, Jericho's left standing. He got a spear from Roman Reigns when he got his ass booed out the building. Now on to our next affair. The winner of the Under the Giant Battle Royal made his full-time debut tonight. Baron Corbin came out. I've always called him Roman Corbin, but he's getting better in the ring. I was very surprised not only to see him in the match in general last night, but also see him win. I kind of walked out when he won last night. He took on Dolph Ziggler, who many thought may be taking on Zack Ryder tonight for the IC Championship. But nope, you basically fed the Corbin. I was like, you sold out, Chance? What was that all about? Because there's a shitty movie coming out that's going to be coming out tomorrow on Blu-ray and DVD. Then it'll be on the Walmart $5 stand on Tuesday or Wednesday. And then it'll be in the dollar store on Thursday. It's a WWE Studios movie joke here, basically. because of their notorious quality. So Corbin looked good in this match, actually. You know, he had a good show. He beat the crap out of Ziggler, despite being pummeled by this giant Corbin. Ziggler came in with some big moves, including a zigzag at one point, trying to come with some big elbows, but then they brought on the outside. They brought on the outside, even over the barricade, with Corbin just beating the crap out of Ziggler on the floor. Double count out. Kind of protected Ziggler from getting pinned from Corbin, though, but still kind of a cop out, kind of. But they brought back to the ring after the count out, and Corbin delivered the end of days to Mr. Ziggler on the outside, on the concrete. So that's why Corbin lost to Austin Aries on Friday. Anyway, Corbin's a good heel, and he beat the crap out of Ziggler. He had a good promo. You know, he's got good mic skills, better than Wayne's. You know, he's working on it, especially his promo against Austin Aries, comparing him to Virgil. Dude, that was great. Great promo. So, he's a promo again tonight. Nice little surprise to see him at all. And now he's on Raw full time. So, there you go. Now, on to our next affair. We have Zack Ryder. Woo, woo, woo. Wait a minute, I need some. There we go. Put this on again for all time's sake again. I won this last night. I'm winning again. Zack Ryder, the new IC champion, came out. Nice little surprise. Sorry for my people yelling. My family's probably watching some movie or something. I don't know what the hell's going on. They're watching something gross or something. Then there's my dad scream. Anyway, Zack Ryder came out celebratory with the fan saying, "You deserve it." That was a nice little surprise to see Ryder win it all. You know, I kind of marked out for that too because I've been a Broski fan since, especially 2011, the whole thing. To see Ryder get his WrestleMania moment was cool though. You know, it was cool. It was an awesome moment to see him. You know, it was terrific to see him on there getting that bell off the ladder. It was a great moment. He said hi to his dad again. In a cool little moment, he said he met Razor Ramon. He had a picture with Zack Ryder holding on to Razor's belt. But then he had a picture with Razor after Mania with Razor holding his belt. That was a cool child moment right there. Full circle for Ryder. And as he was celebrating, here comes The Miz to spoil the party. Saying, I had the ladder. I was on that ladder. I had the fingertips on the title. You knocked me off and had your moment. You ruined my moment. But guess what? Tonight, it's all about me. I want a shot at the IC Championship. So then we had The Miz against Zack Ryder for the Intercontinental Championship. So these two brought a decent matchup. Ryder looking good, ball on the outside, some big flying moves. Broski booed at one point. Even Miz said, "You're just hype." Mojo debut, wishful thinking. Seriously, everything I just had wishful thinking that something shocking was going to happen. Didn't happen to like the last, I don't know, I keep seeing it. So after Miz and Ryder on the outside, Ryder going for the Broski boot at one point, doing some big moves. We was going for, but then Miz rolled down the ring, they brought on the outside. And then Miz stood toe-to-toe with Zack Ryder's dad. It's a decent matchup. He kind of confronted Zack's dad. And Zack's dad slapped the hell out of Miz, or pushed the hell out of Miz. And Miz not too happy with that. So his wife, Maurice, a former WWE wrestler, former WWE diva, women's wrestler, climbed out of the barricade. She confronted Zack's dad. She slapped him across the face. Ryder got distracted by that. And Miz took advantage of the skull-crushing finale. And the 1, 2, 3. We have a new Intercontinental Champion in The Miz. Now, we knew Zack's reign was not going to last long. You know what I mean? It was still a feel-good moment. And I even thought he was going to drop it on Raw tomorrow night. Or drop it on Raw tonight. He did. To Miz. Should have been Ziggler. But hey, it was a decent, interesting thing with Miz winning it. What's he trying to do? Trying to tie with Chris Jericho or break Jericho's record as the guy with the most IC title reigns? Because I'm trying to look here about how many times has Miz been Intercontinental Champion. 5 times. He's been 5-time Intercontinental Champion. He's getting close to Jericho almost, because Jericho has the most IC title wins with 9. 9 titles in the IC Championship. He's held that by 9 times. So there you go. It was cool to see Wiley at least hold the IC Championship, even for a day. Don't say he got buried. He's already stuck on mid-card. But at least he had his WrestleMania moment for once. He had a great moment coming. No one ever thought he'd be an IC champion at all. You know what I mean? So there you go. It was cool while it lasted. That Mr. Wider got his Mania moment. Spike your hair. I'm taking that off. I remember I wore that to a wall once. I wore this to War in 2012. And when I took it off, people thought it was my actual hair. They're like, "Oh my god, it was not your weird hair." So there you go. Now on with our presentation for the new Women's Champion, Charlotte, with all the women in the ring. Now, wishful thinking again. Even the fans felt it too. They were chanting for Bayley to come out. We want some Bayley. They kind of controlled that segment when Shaw was speaking. Lita presenting the bell. It kind of felt like, really, fans? You're going to troll this? But then he came back with a women's wrestling champion. Shaw's like, I want to thank you guys. Trying to break character for a moment. Then she's like, it's all about me again. I want to thank my dad. I thank myself. And with the overt attitude, all the women left. And I was like, here's the signal for Bayley. Good news and bad news. Bad news is, no Bayley. We didn't get a Bayley debut tonight. Wah, wah. The good news is, at least someone on the current women's roster is getting an opportunity. And that's Natalya confronting Charlotte. Leading up to a showdown with Charlotte being put into the sharpshooter until her dad put him out. These two had a great match in the wall block. And this was a match in wall block that I said, if they give these two the amount of time they did in wall block, that means there's hope for that triple threat women's match. And guess what? It delivered last night. And if Natalya and Charlotte feud for the championship, it'll be great. At least it gives Natalya finally a chance to shine. She's been buried in the background for so long. With these new divas coming in, new women's wrestlers coming in. And she got shoved into the outside. Got shoved into the back. To see her feud with Charlotte is great. I'd still want a Sasha feud, one-on-one feud at one point. But I'll take this Natalya Charlotte feud. They should put on a great match at Payback, the next pay-per-view, if they're going for that route. No Bayley, but it was still cool to see Natalya beat up on Charlotte. So there you go. On to our next affair. We have, of course, the tables match. This is when shit finally happened. After 2.5 hours, we had some debuts, Apollo Crews, and Baron Corbin on the wall. That was good. You had Melissa's return. You had a new champion. But it didn't feel like the War of the Mania yet. The crowd was kind of dead because there was no real shocking pop. There was no mega pop moments until now. Tables match. Dudley Boys against the Usos. We match for Mania. And the match at Mania was not a table match. Why again? Seriously, it should have been a tables match at Mania. Not fucking on Raw next night. This feud's overstayed its welcome. And I hope this is the last of it. And I think it's going to. Okay matchup. Same as Mania. It was like, okay, look. With Dudley's going for the what's up at one point. They did it. Then Usos carrying some big flying moves. And of course, in the tables match, you had a lot of people trying to get the other through the table. Various false alarms. Dudley trying to put Uso through a table. Then Dudley trying to be, sorry, I'm flubbering here. Uso trying to put a Dudley through a table. But at one point of the match, with the crowd trolling the match, the Usos were trying to do what they did after the match at Mania, which kind of became the catalyst for this tables match happening at all. When the Usos put both Dudleys through tables when they flew up the top rope, it did splashes. So they went for the splashes, but Dudleys went out of the way. Usos went through the table. Technically, Dudleys won. Even though the rules is you got to put the people through a table. So, Dudley's won anyway. They got the victory. So there you go. Now, we got a couple tag teams coming in, trying to revitalize the tag team division, trying to give New Day some new foils to work with. We have the Raw Villains debuting. That's awesome on Thursday. You know what I mean? Hope they don't get buried like the Ascension. And also we got a repackage Epico and Primo. Finally getting rid of that fucking El Matador's gimmick and being themselves again, kind of Puerto Rican boys. Bring back Carlito. But then here comes the moment when it finally felt like the War after Mania. Dudley boys, after winning the tables match, they walked out to the back. I'm gonna try this first. I'm gonna try this and see if you can hear it. I'm gonna play a song. I hope you can hear it. If you can't, it's fine. But I'm actually gonna play the song and get a t-shirt change because as Dudleys were walking out, you heard this.
You short, you slop. They call him a pop.
Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Oh, it's backwards. Sorry.
Come up with the club, stacking the ducks, stuff the clock. I'm hot like sauce. You soft like All-Star.
Yeah! Enzo and Cass! Yes! They finally debuted the main roster tonight. We've seen the teasing. We haven't seen them in NXT in a bit, especially after losing to the Revival at the Wall Block. So it's awesome to see him finally debut tonight. Huge pop. Like I said, it finally felt like the War of the WrestleMania. Crowd finally popped. We've been waiting for a pop like this all night long. And this was the beginning of it by Enzo and Cass debuting. They had the whole, the whole spiel. The crowd popped, chanted the whole, my name is Enzo Moe. Certified G, bona fide stud. You can't teach that. They had a great promo, fun promo with the Dudleys. And they challenged Dudleys to get in the ring. Dudleys backed out and led to Colin Cassidy saying there's only one word to describe you. Spell it out for ya. SAWFT. Soft. So, Enzo and Cass get the Dudleys. I think at some point we're going to see the feud we all want to see. Enzo and Cass against the New Day. But Dudleys are good foils for Enzo and Cass to get over. They're an old team. They're an established team. Even though the comeback's been kind of up and down, especially with the Usos feud bringing them down, I think Enzo and Cass will really bring them back up again. Really bring out the heel in them, and then deliver some great promos against Enzo and Cass. I feel it. So there you go. Enzo and Cass debut! Yay! Woo! The biggest surprise of the night until our main event of the evening. We were supposed to have a fatal four-way match for the number one contendership for the championship, the challenge, Roman Reigns. So we would have Kevin Owens. These are the signs I bought to War in Detroit. I still have these signs, so that's why. And I went to the NXT show too, still have those signs too. So that's why I'm using these signs for, I think. So we have Kevin Owens set to face off against Chris Jericho, AJ Styles, and who was supposed to be in the match, Sami Zayn. Yeah, I forgot the line. But Sami Zayn was attacked by Kevin Owens backstage doing an interview segment. So if Sami Zayn out, I was like, are they going to replace Sami or make it a triple threat? So we had Owens and AJ and Jericho out there. And Larian's like, Sami Zayn's been not cleared. He's not going to wrestle tonight. However, it is a fatal four-way. So we're going to get a replacement. Okay, Super Cena? No. Then Balor and the Bullet Club. I just said in the beginning. No. Instead, Cesaro retired! Yay! It was awesome to see him back, man. If this main event match was awesome to see 3 new guys finally. You didn't push any new stars last night at Mania. You didn't get AJ winning. You didn't have Sasha winning. This could have made up for the bad finishes last night and the wrong people winning. Was this main event right here, especially the ending. Fun main event. Awesome main event tonight. This was, you know what's sad? When the Raw main event, after, the War of the Mania main event, was better than the main event of WrestleMania. That's fucking sad but true. Now, this main event was incredible. Great main up way. All 4 guys looked incredible. And Cesaro looked awesome. The big uppercuts and, of course, the swing. He did it. He didn't do the neutralizer, though. But it was still an awesome fatal 4-way. All 4 guys came in with the bomb multiple time attempts. Did the cannonball splash. It was just a fun match. This was the moment the fans were waiting for all night long. A match to really pop to. And Enzo and Cass kicked it off. Didn't feel like the War of the Mania until the last hour. So, boom. Everyone was beating the crap out of each other. And then AJ and Jericho were left in the ring. Jericho was going for the walls of Jericho. On Cesaro at one point. Cesaro turned into the sharpshooter. Here's the Tyson Kidd. Hope to see you come back one day. If not, he had a good career. And then as Jericho was in the hold of Cesaro, AJ came back in with a phenomenal forearm, taking out Cesaro, and he had Jericho where he wanted him. And Styles got a attempt for a cold breaker. And then, of course, Styles went for a backslide. Then Styles got the Styles Clash on Chris Jericho. And 1, 2, 3. This is payback for losing to Jericho last night. Even though AJ did not get his WrestleMania moment last night against Jericho, it kind of felt like his WrestleMania moment tonight. As AJ wins the Fatal 4-Way and will face off against Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. Seriously, he needs to win at Payback. I know he's been in the company for 4 months, but if he can give the titles to American Alpha and NXT after being acting for 6 months, you gotta put a trick on AJ. Everyone's anti-Reigns right now. You know what I mean? Anybody but Reigns. And AJ Wood winning would be awesome. Awesome. And it was great to see a new guy. Not the established guys. We didn't see Owen come back. We didn't see Cena. We saw a new guy. You know what I mean? The new guys were not pushed properly at Mania. Sasha lost. Ambrose lost. AJ lost. But tonight, AJ had the last laugh. He gets the most important win. And that's a win in a number 1 contenders match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. He'll face him against Roman Reigns. And hopefully he'll beat him. So, there you go. I said in the beginning, I'll comment on it. No Bullet Club tonight. There was a little bit of conflict about when were they going to debut. And I think a lot of people, including myself, had a suspicion that Bullet Club were going to debut tonight. Yeah, we didn't get them. A little bit of disappointment. They didn't get Bullet Club tonight. They're debuting eventually. They're going to. But I think Finn needs to drop the belt first. He needs to drop the belt. You need to drop that. You need to drop that belt. So there you go. Hope to see you debut one day. And like I said, even though it wasn't like the best Walter Man because we didn't get a lot of shocking moments like usual. Especially ones we were all hoping for. No Joe either. But the moments that did happen, especially for that last hour, did make up for the lack of, we didn't get a good quantity of shocking moments, but the quality of the shocking moments was excellent, especially with AJ winning and Shane's winning Raw. I don't know if it's temporary or not. Temporary or not, it was awesome. It could have been more awesomer, but hey, it did wash the taste out of Mania out of my mouth. Not totally, but it did. With AJ winning, finally signaling some future that's not Roman Reigns, and Enzo and Cass debuting. And Cesaro returning. So there you go. That's my Raw review for tonight. Thank you so much for watching with that in mind. You've been attacked by the review from Zach. See you later. Yeah.